Dangerous Morning Show, The Breakfast Club.
Man, what the hell is this, man?
Breakfast Club, bitches.
I'm glad they put y'all together. Y'all are like a mega force. Y'all just took over every...
Wake your punk ass up.
This Chris Brown. I've officially joined the Breakfast Club. Say something, mother...
I'm with it.
The world's most dangerous morning show. Breakfast Club, bitches.
Good morning, USA!
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday. Nigga, we made it.
Your voice cracked a little, bro.
Well, I was screaming. What the hell do you expect? I'm not no goddamn singer.
It
I
is
look
Friday.
like I do the opera. Am I Mariah Carey?
Good morning.
What's happening? How y'all feeling?
I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling great. Shout out to everybody. South by Southwest starts this week. If you don't know what South by Southwest is, it's a huge conference that goes on for about 2 weeks. A lot of it is tech, and we kicked it off 2 nights ago. It was HBCU night, Battle of the Brains. So they had many different colleges, HBCUs from Howard, Hampton, FAMU, you name it, all the colleges out there, they were battling, they were talking tech, and then as a surprise, after they spent like a 12, 14-hour day of doing tech, they had a huge party after, which I DJ, so shout to all the students. And then yesterday, I did Talk Shop Live. I didn't know what Talk Shop Live was until...
I still don't know what the hell Talk Shop Live is.
You did Talk Shop Live. They told me you did Talk Shop Live when your book came out.
I did Talk Shop Live when my book came out?
Yes, it's it's like a I would say like a home shopping network for people to come on and be able to purchase your book or pre-order your book, and they can ask you questions.
Oh yeah, on YouTube, right?
It's they have their own app, but it's also on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that here.
You did it here?
Yeah, I did it from the station.
From the station.
Yeah,
yeah.
salute to Talk Shop Live.
So I did it from the crib yesterday, so you can go on Talk Shop Live. You get an autographed copy of the book, but me and the wife, you could ask us anything pertaining to the book or anything. So we were on there for about an hour and a half. We had a couple thousand people on there just talking about relationships and things that people are going through and difficulties and insecurities, everything about relationship. It was really, really good last night. It was therapeutic for myself and my wife. So shout to everybody, and if you haven't pre-ordered the book, make sure you pre-order it now. And shout again to everybody from Talk Shop Live. I had a great time.
All right. Well, you said South by Southwest. I'm leaving for there this weekend. So I'm interviewing Lizzo, and I'm excited. You know, she's got a show coming to Prime Video, a series, so that should be exciting. I actually got a chance to watch it. It comes on later this month, but she's looking for dancers to join her on her tour. But they're all big girls, and they're pretty amazing.
Okay.
Y'all fancy. I'm gonna be on Club Couch this weekend. Okay,
Fancy for working?
I got movies to catch up on, and I got TV shows to catch up on. Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to doing this weekend. I'm looking forward to going to the grocery store and buying me some hamburger meat. And I told the kids we making our very own ghetto burgers this weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay,
That's nice.
Doesn't mean a hamburger you can put anything you want on it. You know what my 6-year-old said to me? I can put candy on it. No, I didn't mean that
You
type
said
of anything.
anything. Yes,
I did
you
say
did.
anything.
You said anything.
I did, but I had to be more specific after I said anything.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm heading out to Houston as well this weekend. My son has a game, so I got to fly out there for his game and come
I
right
have
back.
no cheerleading competitions this weekend. Lord have mercy. I am so thankful. You have no idea how thankful I am. And I'm going to tell you how much that that is work. All right. Of course, it's work for my daughter, but it's work for the parents. When you start looking at the schedule and you're like, when do we have a weekend off from cheer? From just being there.
Well, you got your weekend.
I have my weekend this weekend. I haven't had a weekend off in 3 weeks from that cheerleading, and I cannot wait to do absolutely nothing this weekend. I am looking forward to it.
Well,
okay, I'm going to have snacks.
I'm on the road.
All right.
I'm on the road. And the funny thing, before we go in, you know, they have, if you don't know, like, so they have a tournament. It usually starts from 9 to 7, right? And then it shows you the schedule. It's not like your kid just got a game at 5 p.m. and you could chill at 5. They might have a game at 9. Then they got a game at 2.
That's the
then
same thing with cheerleading. That's
and you
right.
can't leave.
That's right. And then they got the award ceremony at cheerleading. So you got, it's too much. It's too much. I thank God I have a weekend off this weekend.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's get the show cracking. Senator Nina Turner will be joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We got a lot to kick it with her, with everything that's going on in this world, with politics, Ukraine, Russia, anything that you need to know, we're going to discuss with her this morning.
As the good sister Nina Turner says, you know, you may not do politics, but politics going to do you. Mm-hmm. So you better pay attention.
And also, Caribbean artist Shansea will be joining us this morning.
You mean Shansea?
What did I say? Shanisa, I meant Shansea. Shansea.
Yeah, she'll be doing Freaky Freaky Friday this morning, and her debut album, Alpha, is out today also.
All right, well, let's get into it. We're going to start the show off with world premiere. Shout out to the brother Little Dirk. This is Little Dirk featuring Summer Walker. It's called The Difference. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Yes. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. That was Little Dirk, Summer Walker. Now make sure you stream his album. His album is out today. So shout out to Dirko. All right.
Dirk dropped the album today?
Yeah, he dropped the album today. All right. Well, let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, everybody was talking about this game.
Woo-woo.
Brooklyn Nets versus the 76ers.
Let's go.
Ben Simmons didn't play, though. Harden did. Harden only had, I believe, 11 points.
Harden was terrible last night.
Yeah, Harden only had 11 points. But the Brooklyn Nets beat the 76ers 129-100. You could definitely feel the tension. You could see the tension. You could hear the tension. But Brooklyn got the best of the 76ers last night.
That's their 5th win in 21 games.
Mm-hmm. Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
All right. So if you were wondering, when am I going to be able to take this mask off on planes and on the train? Well, they said the federal mask mandate for transportation is extended through April 18th, at least for right now. So we'll see if they extend it. But that's the shortest extension they've done. Previously, they were for 90 days. So right now, it's just extended through April 18th. I guess it's a wait and see type of thing. And Major League Soccer has announced they will leverage a historic $25 million loan from a syndicate of black banks, marking the first time that any sports league has participated in a major commercial transaction exclusively with black banks. So this is all facilitated by the nonprofit, the National Black Bank Foundation. And it's the partnership, a step toward ongoing efforts by Major League Soccer in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space. So that's pretty dope to hear, as we're encouraging people to use black banks as well. All right, and Major League Baseball, they have their union has reached a labor deal, so it's going to be a 162-game season, and players did strike a labor pact yesterday. It was a 99-day lockout, so they're still going to have their full season for this spring and summer, so they're thrilled to say that now we can finally play ball. So it was originally scheduled to be opening day March 31st, but they did push that opening day back, but it's still going to be able to fit in 162 games. Did y'all know that? It was a lockout?
I don't watch baseball. I knew it was a lockout, but I told you I don't watch baseball. Baseball was much more exciting when everybody was on steroids. I'm not into baseball.
I do watch baseball playoff time, but other than that, not really. I used to take my dad all the time to baseball games, but...
And you know what's crazy? I knew it was a lockout, and I wasn't even interested in what they were striking for because I was like, man, they get so much money. what could they be striking for? I still don't know.
The collective bargaining agreement expired December 1st, but one of the things that this new contract does allow is for them to sell advertising on their uniforms for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good.
So that's a big deal. So
I'll never see what they advertising because I don't watch the sport.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Whatever you want to discuss, talk about, get off your chest. Call us now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Jay.
Hey,
Peace, Jay.
Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to discuss, I read that Kim Kardashian and her, family said something about working, women aren't successful, something along those lines because we don't want to get up off our behinds and work. And nobody wants to work anymore. And I just feel like that was very, very pretentious of her to say, especially given that she's coming from a family of privilege and has a lot of time to put into her passions. A lot of us don't have that. You're going to tell me that all the teachers, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters out there are not getting up and working? I don't know what she meant about that statement, but I found it very offensive.
Why did you find it offensive, though? I mean, everybody has to work hard. All of those people you named are on their way to work right now. She never said that if you work if you work harder than everybody else, you'll become a billionaire. She just said everybody got to work.
Well, she said it seems like nobody wants to work these days, but there's a lot of people working really hard.
Yeah, but you know what's so crazy about that? We sit around here every day and we say those exact same things. We talk about how this generation doesn't want to put in the work. You know, if you have a business, you're trying to hire people, you be like, damn, it's hard to hire people because people don't be wanting to work. We have these conversations all the time. We talk about how these, restaurants are paying $15 an hour, $18 an hour right now, and nobody wants to go get these jobs. We have those discussions.
Yeah, but who can live off of $15, $18 an hour? And you have, celebrities and athletes getting paid millions and millions, and us grinding every day and paid pennies. And
I agree with you.
Yeah,
but I think
can say people don't want to work for $15 an hour, and they should be making more because of the work that they're doing is so important. But we can't act like people aren't successful because they're not working. There's some people who are working like 3 jobs.
But why are we comparing ourselves? Why are we comparing ourselves to celebrities and athletes?
Is subjective. I mean, just because she's a millionaire, that's her profession.
That's her profession.
But if somebody makes $50,000, they can look at themselves as successful.
Man,
that's doing well.
There's somebody in South Carolina right now making $50,000 a year. They got a nice house. They got food on their table. They're able to pay their bills and come and go as they please, and they are happy. That's success to me.
Well, she felt a way about it. I saw a lot of people felt a way about
because they don't like Kim.
But I think I think part of it is because they also, and I saw people making some really valid points that like him, but they also feel like, well, she does come from a really privileged background, so it's not like she had the same struggles as people who really have to get up off their ass and work.
So she
would have been okay regardless. So not saying that she doesn't work hard and that she hasn't earned.
Well, we don't know if she'd have been okay. I would say that, but I will say this.
She definitely started off better than I did.
Can I ask one question though?
She did start off better than most people.
Was her overall message wrong? Just her message. Forget it being her.
To get up out there and work?
Was her message wrong?
I don't think so.
So if the logic is if you come from a place of privilege or if you didn't grow up in the hood or if you didn't struggle, we can't listen to you try to motivate us. Is that what we're saying?
I think it's kind of the way she said it. Like she said nobody wants to work.
We say stuff like that all the time.
Nobody.
I've heard that come out of the mouth of people in this room.
I don't know. I work really hard, so I can't agree with that.
I believe the president said that we need to get back out there and get back to working, and they wanted to slow down some of the money that was going out because he felt people didn't want to work.
Because of all the PPP and unemployment that was going out.
I thought the president even said that. But, I mean, I think people are saying that because of who she is.
I agree.
But, I think we should talk about it next hour anyway. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's good? This is Payne out of Atlanta, man. What's going on? How y'all doing?
Peace, King.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I had a question, man. I know, for politicians, we ask, what are specifically they doing for us, our community or whatever. So I had that same question for, the black-owned banks. Do they have the program specifically just for us, or it's... I know I interviewed the guy recently on the show.
Yeah, One United, Kevin Coy from One United. Kevin Coy from One United definitely has programs specifically for us. I can't speak to everybody else, but definitely Kevin Coy. And I know Greenwood Bank as well.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering. No shots or nothing, just wondering. Guys, have a good morning. Oh, follow me on IG, Mr. Barmaid.
Mr. Barmaid, my guy, I heard from you in a minute, man.
I know, man. Been a while, man. I got to send y'all another care package.
How the business doing? How the lemonade and vodka business doing, man?
We doing good, brother. We doing good. Appreciate the question, man. Appreciate that.
Congratulations, King.
As always.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Have a good one. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's Lovey.
Lovey.
Hey, Lovey.
Peace, King.
Peace, King. First of all, I want to tell you why I'm blessed. I'm blessed, black, and highly favored that he gave me my ears to hear the Breakfast Club this morning. So I'm optimistic. I'm blessed.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. We appreciate that.
But what's got me stressed out, I'm a single father, and the struggle is real. I have to make a real-life decision because of these gas prices on his after-school programs. Do I pull him out of basketball or jiu-jitsu? He loves them both. I'm in a struggle. I really don't know what to do, man.
You said you're in a struggle because what now?
He doesn't know financially.
Because he can't afford to pay for his gas when he has to take his kids after school to jiu-jitsu or basketball. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of Americans right now are having that problem and that difficulty. The fact that gas prices are so high, and it didn't even just go up a little bit. It went from $3 to over $5, close to $6 in some places. double the price. So yeah, I understand what you're going through, brother.
You know, the sad part is it's probably going to have to be a sacrifice made, right?
Right. And the sacrifice is for our children. Like, we sacrifice everything for our kids. At least real parents should.
100%. You say your kid. You say your child is in jiu-jitsu?
He's in jiu-jitsu and basketball.
Oh, jiu-jitsu. I thought you said v-jitsu. I thought you was talking about Professor V's v-jitsu and Dr. Robert Evans.
Oh no.
I might have could have helped you in that department. I don't know anybody in the jiu-jitsu world, though.
Where you from, bro?
Yeah. So it's like I said, the struggle is. I just need your prayers, but I do want to tell you why I'm blessed, because Yale University selected me to do a testimony commercial video will be aired across the world. I want you guys to see it. They gave me an exclusive rough video. I would love for you guys to see it, just to see a part of me that, you know, the world has never seen.
All right. Well, you know what, brother? You got a Cash App? Put your Cash App out there, brother.
Yeah, I'll give you a little something.
It's LOVEY.
Hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. Hold on, while I'm sitting there, because I'll forget. Hold on.
Oh man, Charlamagne, I just need a book from you, bro. Because of you, I want to tell you on a realness. Because of you, me and my son have speech therapy.
Oh, that's amazing, brother.
How real it is, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a copy of the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health.
Please, yo, I love you, God. I love you for that.
Give us your
man.
Cash App, though. LOVE.
Okay. It's LOVEY XXL212.
Is that your shirt size?
That's.
It says brown, right? It says brown?
Yes, it says brown.
What kind of car you drive, brother?
Oh, man, you know, bro, we on the bus right now, okay?
Because of gas prices?
No, because of my truck. My Cherokee is down right now, and look, I'm not on here trying to whine and cry, bro. I do anything and sacrifice anything to make my kids happy.
We just trying to throw a couple dollars in your account to get your kids to the basketball and jiu-jitsu, brother. That's all. We just trying to help a little bit.
I just said something, Brown. I put in the memo for gas, and I'm gonna send you the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health, my brother.
Yo, I appreciate you. Envy, I watched you guys last night. Envy, I get so inspired by you guys. What you and your wife did yesterday, bro, is very humbling. It's very humbling and therapeutic to other people too, bro. So keep up the good work. Yeah, I watch you too. I love you guys, man.
Brown, I sent you some bread too, man. Put that in your tank, man.
Yeah, I put 4 gas, Brown.
Yeah, I put 4 gas too.
All right, and I'm gonna send you the book, man.
Please, Charlamagne, I love you guys. Yeah, I
love you, King.
Love you too.
Thank you, Brown.
Please.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. If you need to vent or anything, you can call us up. Now we got rumors on the way.
Yes, let's talk about Jussie Smollett. He was sentenced yesterday, and we'll tell you what that sentence is.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Jussie Smollett has been sentenced to 150 days in jail, and that is for lying to police by claiming that he was attacked and it was a racist and homophobic attack. So in court, here is what Jussie Smollett had to say.
Action.
Man, shut up.
Suicide. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time.
Wow. Well, you know, he has been charged, and this was just his sentencing. So at the time, they said that he orchestrated a phony incident to advance his career. He did it for attention. He denies all of those claims, and he was found guilty of 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct, and he was found not guilty of the 6th charge, which was aggravated battery. This incident all went down in January of 2019. Here is some more of Jussie Smollett in court.
I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Hey, man, I respect the commitment, okay? What I think doesn't matter. Whether I think he did it or not, it doesn't matter. I do respect the commitment. He said he didn't do it. That's the story. He's sticking to it. I respect his commitment to his story.
Now, Jussie Smollett's older brother, JoJo, said he also posted, I am innocent. I am not suicidal. Our brother is innocent, and we will keep fighting. #free Jussie. And here's what he had to say.
I saw my brother get locked up within 2 weeks for being attacked. Do you know how crazy that is? They want to say in that court and said that he's the reason why folks aren't going to report hate crimes.
None of you believed it.
None of y'all believed it. We have letters from the NAACP, President Derek Johnson himself. We have letters from Rainbow Push Coalition, all saying that he should not be in jail. And they put him in jail. That judge chastised him. He chastised my brother. He does not deserve this. He was attacked. Do people never once think, what happens if he's telling the truth?
He's telling the truth.
Do y'all ever think about how poorly you feel in that situation? He's in jail for 5 months. That is unacceptable. He is a survivor, and he has been completely mistreated, and this has to stop.
I'm confused. Didn't the African brother said that they actually attacked him?
Well, see, that's what's so interesting about this, right? His brother said that, has anyone stopped and said to themselves, what if he's telling the truth? What we think doesn't matter. What we can prove does. So if he was telling the truth, they should have been able to prove that in the court of law, but evidence said otherwise.
But the African brother said they did it, right?
That's part of the evidence.
So if they did it, it wasn't a hate crime, right? Because the African brother said they actually did it, correct?
That's part of the evidence that proves otherwise. Yeah.
And then one of the African brothers was one of his lovers, right? Allegedly.
See, I don't know about all that.
I thought they were in a massage
see,
spot.
You always take it too
massage.
far. I don't know nothing about that.
It wasn't
why I don't know nothing about that.
Was it something? What was it called? Happy? What was it called? The massage place they were at?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard this part of the story.
They said they went to a massage place or one of those.
Man, what episode of Empire was you watching? I've never heard that part of the story.
Okay.
All right. Well, he was sentenced to 150 days in jail and 30 months probation.
That is wild that he got more time than people who raided the Capitol building on January 6th.
He should go to jail for that, though.
Like 6 months is wild.
And
like,
they feel that he should pay the money back for police, resources.
I feel like the fine could have been enough, but once again, like I always tell y'all on this radio, I cannot tell somebody how to react to my actions. I can't pick and choose, the consequences. But I think it's very wild that he got more time than people on January 6th.
I knew it wasn't crazy. It says, I'm reading the Daily Mail. It says, new text reveal how Jussie Smollett discussed erotic massages and drugs with Nigerian brother weeks before the staged attack.
What that got to do with anything?
No, I just said that. And when I said that it was intimate with one of the dudes, you was like, no. Like, I was crazy. But
I know it's Freaky Friday, but relax. That has nothing to do with what we're discussing right now. We're talking about this man.
You just made me sound like I was crazy.
We're talking about this man getting an unjust sentence. Okay?
I understand.
There are some people that got less time for storming the Capitol on January 6th than Jussie Smollett got for
I agree, but don't make it sound like I'm crazy. I know what I read.
Okay. You good?
All right. You want a hug from your lover? Let me give you a hug.
I want an erotic massage. You give me an erotic massage?
It's so crazy that out of everything that happened in this story, all you were focused on was a massage.
You see that? Yee?
It wasn't about anything else to you. Hey, weren't they lovers? Didn't he give him a massage?
No, I was just saying because it was a staged attack. I was just breaking down the facts.
Like, this man is in the courtroom telling people he's not suicidal. You know what I mean? This man probably going through it right now mentally and emotionally, even though we all got to deal with the consequences of our actions. And that's what you got out of that story?
Why does his hand look like that?
Yeah. That's all you took from that story? Like, damn, bro. Jesus Christ.
Nothing to do with anything. All
right.
right.
Nothing to do with nothing.
Hey.
All right, now Drake has explained. There's this video of him and Jack Harlow. By the way, they're in Turks and Caicos at Captain Oak's Tiki Bar. Shout out to Captain Oak.
Oh, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's in the middle of the water. They told me he was there when I went.
Oh, that's my guy, Okie. I go there every single time. That's one of my favorite places to go when I'm in Turks.
When I was there in November, they was like, yeah, you was just here.
Well, anyway, Drake has been going there like nonstop. He's got a house. He's building a house in Turks and Caicos. And so he was there with Jack Harlow. And there's this video that went viral. And you can see that Jack Harlow is lurking over Drake's shoulder and reading what he's typing. And for a while, it takes Drake doesn't really catch on. But then Drake commented on the video. He said, I swear I didn't know what was going on. I was Googling WTF a wing wing drink was. Y'all know what a wing wing drink is?
No.
It's a cocktail with vodka, rum, tequila, bourbon, and scotch.
Oh, that's too much.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right. Thank you for the hug.
You all right?
You really need to grow up. Okay? I don't know what your problem is.
Mine.
Grow up.
All right.
We got families.
When we come back, we got front page news. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
As the largest black-owned bank, One United Bank knows you. They have your back with 2-day early pay, unapologetically black Visa debit cards with no monthly fee and a highly rated mobile app. Join One United Bank at oneunited.com today and spread the word.
This club, let's get in some front page news. Well, last night the 76ers took on the Brooklyn Nets, and the Brooklyn Nets won by a whole lot.
29, right? I think it was 29.
Yep. James Harden, I believe, only had 11 points. Ben Simmons didn't play, though. But Brooklyn Nets definitely took that game.
Is Ben Simmons going to ever play? I know he was dealing with some mental health issues, but is he going to, what's up?
He did the warm-up last night, but he didn't play.
Then they say he had a back injury, but I'm like, he hasn't played. So how you get a back injury and you haven't played?
No. All right. What else we got, Yee?
All right, well, let's give you some updates on what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. The Finnish president has spoken to the Ukrainian President Zelensky on Friday, and they're saying he's also expected to speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin. They're discussing the situation of the war in Ukraine and Finland's support and aid for Ukraine. So they are also talking about a safe evacuation of civilians through humanitarian corridors and the safety of nuclear facilities. So they're saying that conversation between the president of Finland and Putin is planned for later on today. Now, the Russian defense minister is saying that everything is being carried out successfully and going according to plan, even though there are claims that Russia's military has encountered unplanned obstacles and resistance. They're saying the Russian army has received over 16,000 applications from volunteers in the Middle East wanting to join the war in Ukraine. Also, the number of refugees from Ukraine has reached 2.5 million, according to the UN. They said the people who have fled has hit that number and that it's very tragic. I also was watching the news and they were saying that a lot of people that hadn't left initially didn't have any ties, other places or anywhere to go, but they just really have to get out. So, they're also claiming right now, the EU is claiming they're going to double their support for Ukraine's military. That's the European Union. They voted on Friday, today, to double that financial support. And they said right now they're planning to give over $1 billion. They said everyone was completely aware that we have to increase our military support to Ukraine to continue putting pressure on Russia. So they doubled that $550 million to over $1 billion. Now, according to reports, they're saying the Russian army was poorly prepared for their invasion of Ukraine, and now they're facing a lot of difficulties on the ground, particularly in the logistical field and in the field of intelligence. So they're still trying to carry out attacks on Kyiv, but they're actually taking control. That's a whole nother matter. They said that will take a long, long time. They're also caught up in a premature spring, and so the defrosting ground is causing mobility issues for the military, according to reports. Now, I also saw that McDonald's is abandoning Russia right now, and that's a big deal for them. They said McDonald's first opened in Moscow in January 31st of 1990, and they said it was massive. You know how many people they served on the first day?
Over 52 billion.
It was 30,000 in one day served in Moscow when McDonald's opened for the first time. That was a record for an opening day for McDonald's, period. They said the location even had to stay open for hours later than planned because of the crowd. So it was a big deal when they opened up that McDonald's back in 1990. People thought it was never going to happen. They said there's 850 locations, around 850 locations operating in Russia, but now they are pausing all of their operations there. So
does McDonald's update this billion number? Because remember, they used to say it was
how many people served.
No,
do they update it?
No, I don't think they updated it. No.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep track of that?
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of McDonald's. So, but it was a big deal in Russia. They said it took 14 years to bring McDonald's there. And so it was doing way better than they expected, but now they are just pausing those services. All right, well, that is your front page news.
All right, now when we come back, we have Senator Nina Turner joining us.
Man, one of my leaders. I love Senator Nina Turner. She is running for Congress in Ohio.
That's right.
Right now, so she'll be here to talk to us about that and a whole host of other things. Because as Senator Nina Turner says, even if you don't do politics, politics will do you. So you need to pay attention.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest joining us today.
That's right, one of my leaders.
We have Nina Turner. Welcome.
Senator Nina Turner.
Senator
Show
Nina
some
Turner.
damn respect.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Senator Nina Turner.
You too. Good morning, baby.
How are you?
I am fine. I'm so glad to be back here with the crew.
Happy to have you.
Beautiful.
Now, everybody wanted to know what your next political move was going to be.
Yeah.
And now you're running for Congress again.
I am.
In Ohio, why?
Because the needs are great. The same reasons that motivated me to run in 2021 during that special election cycle continue to motivate me to run again. I believe that Cleveland, the greater Cleveland area, they need a fighter, somebody that's going to fight with and fight for the people. And so I'm running again.
How can we get some of these bills passed in Congress? There's so many things that have been stuck. Like, what needs to happen, and why should people do need to go out and vote? But talk about the importance of that.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to give people something to vote for.
That's right.
I mean, that's the main thing. It's a one-sided proposition, I think, sometimes for us to say, yes, people need to vote. And especially if you're black, we understand the historic impact and import, rather, of wanting and needing to vote. Also, we need to elect politicians that's going to give people something to vote for. The quote in Vogue, giving them something they can feel. We need some material conditions changed. We need some Medicare for all. We need to cancel student debt. We know that people are trying to unionize, like Starbucks workers, for example, both in my state, this state, and all over the country. We had a lot of workers, as you all recall, even last year, just coming together, regardless of their political ideology. They were striking, for better wages, work conditions, benefits. And so we need the federal government to step up and give people those things that they need to be able to live a good life. And I think if people start to see changes in their material conditions, they will come out to vote more.
Is that bipartisan as far as higher wages, livable wages, better working conditions, canceling student loan debt?
It should be. I mean, the last time I checked, red districts have poverty too. They need people need health care. They need their student debt canceled. They need to be able to work in good jobs. To me, this is what we do to help people thrive, get from surviving to thriving, should not be a partisan issue. Now, it has become one, both in the legislatures and also in the Congress, but it shouldn't be it shouldn't be partisan whether or not somebody can feed their family or afford their, medications, for example. That's humanity. That's about people living a good life. And it's a shame, to me, it's a shame where we are in this country right now when it comes to that.
I was going to ask, what's the first thing you want to do when you get to when you win? What's the first thing you want to do?
Well, first thing I'm going to do, DJ, is thank the people who put me there. That's number one. But secondly, I'm going there to continue to advocate for some of the things that I'm advocating right now. You don't need an extra special title to be able to stand up for what is just, for what is right, and for what is good. So I'm going to continue my work. The only thing is, when I win, I'm able to continue that work in the halls of Congress.
That's right.
And that work is standing side by side with workers. That work is speaking a certain type of truth to power. That work is making sacrifices, even if it causes me some heartburn, and to say very clearly that what the people of this nation are enduring is a bunch of BS.
I got two questions. It's kind of a two-part question. Where was the Democratic Party headed a few years ago, and where is it going now? Because it feels like progressive priorities have been just left on the cutting room floor. It felt like it was going to be more progressive. I don't know where it's going right now.
Sorry, it was just damn it, I hate to put it this way, but some of this stuff was lip service. It really was. And I believe that the Democratic Party would embrace the things that they ran on in 2020, even though some of those things are not as far as I would want to go in a freedom fighting direction. I will say more people would be enthusiastic about getting out there to vote. The folks are in limbo. I mean, couldn't even raise the minimum wage, for example, to $15. They blamed that on the parliamentarian. Right now, we don't even hear anybody talking about the George Floyd policing. That's just totally out the door.
Yeah.
People are being arrested in D.C. just a couple of months ago for protesting to protect voting rights, which are being eviscerated in legislatures controlled by rotten Republicans all over this country. And you can't even get these people to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. And the problem is particularly in the United States Senate in particular. But we have some people who just hide behind this stuff because their quality of life is not going to change one iota. They already live in the high and the good life, so they're not as fighting as hard as they should. Democrats must embrace, and we must call out these Republicans too. Yeah, Democrats need to embrace it because they in power. So let me get that straight right now. We are in power, and we have an obligation to use that power to lift people, to change their material conditions. But let's not let these ridiculous Republicans off the hook.
Right.
I think the thing about Republicans is we didn't vote for them, and we don't expect them to do anything for us. And they're not the ones making us promises.
You know what, Char? That is absolutely true. I want to put a however. I'm going to put an and to that. You are right. And the Republicans should care about the poor people in their district too.
That's a fact.
So, but you're right. Democrats have the power, and they need to use that power and stop playing games. A few months ago, I said to one of the things that I believe that the president can do and should do, we saw a little bit of that in the State of the Union. But we got to hold the Democratic Party accountable. So if it's only Sinema and Manchin, then gas up the jet on their behind.
Word up.
And tell them, look, I'm about to hold a press conference. Now, either you two going to stand by my side and say how you going to support my Build Back Better and let's build back a little better, or I'm coming to your state and letting the people know who's standing in the way of my agenda. It's like use the bully pulpit that you have to leverage those kinds of folks.
And I think it's because we don't hear those conversations is why everybody's so upset at the Democratic, Party. Because it's like, who are y'all? Because if y'all not speaking out against these two people, then y'all must be with them. Maybe they just the fall guys and girls.
I think in some cases they are for some, but there are some Democrats there who really believe this stuff and fighting. And Congresswoman Cori Bush comes first in line.
Yeah,
I know my
absolutely.
sister was just here. She and I were just rocking in Nevada together, trying to help another one of our sisters, Amy Villela. We got to elect more people who are willing to put something on the line for the people and not just get cozy and comfortable and worried about whether or not they're going to be invited to the damn Christmas party. Forget the Christmas party. Because somebody don't have food to eat. Somebody can't afford their rent. Somebody, sure enough, can't afford gas right about now.
That's right.
I mean, these are real problems that I think really get lost. And the reason why they're getting lost is that we need to elect more people with a lived experience. I have missed a meal or two. I haven't had to depend on the system, both as a child and as an adult, as I'm trying to break through. I know what that's like. So my proximity to pain is fully intact. I am a first-generation college graduate. So I get those things, and I think we need people with more working class experiences in the halls of power to leverage that experience on behalf of what is just right and good. So Shar, DJ, Yee, it is right. We can both be upset and have higher make a demand. That's all we say. Voters need to hold elected officials accountable, even if you like them, even if you love them. There's nothing wrong with saying, I gave you my power. Yep. Now I need something in return for that.
That's right.
And you can still like that person too. We get it twisted. Oh, they hating on. No, what we hating on is people suffering in this country, and we gave people power and they need to use it. And this is an awesome opportunity for Democrats to use the power and show the difference between them and the Republicans.
And they told us they were going to do these things. Of course, I'm going to hold you accountable. If you look me in my eye and told me it's what you're going to do.
They made the promises. And the things that people like on my side of the Democratic Party are pushing for are not out of the ordinary. In the 40s, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, before he died, he was talking about a second economic Bill of Rights. And in that Bill of Rights were things like education, decent housing, good jobs. These things are not far-fetched. That was in the 40s. And the majority of the American people who were surveyed at that time were right where he was. Right. And so these days you got people saying that's extremist or socialism. No, baby, that's real. That's what people really need. And not just FDR. You have people like the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. who built on that, the poor people's movement of all people from all walks of life, all identities. And you have one of the greatest unionists in the 20th century, Asa Philip Randolph. The Asa Philip Randolph Institute wrote a whole book about building on the 4 freedoms that FDR started, about creating a budget for everybody. And I just want to, this is real quick, but I
Take your time.
I want everybody that's rolling with us. It was called, this was in the 60s and the 70s. Nothing is new under the sun. A freedom budget for all Americans, budgeting our resources, 1966-1975, to achieve freedom from want. And that was them building on the 4 freedoms. Now, this is Asa Philip Randolph, the leader of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, the brother who challenged FDR. I mean, he wasn't playing with this. These are the things. Abolition of poverty. Does that sound familiar? Guaranteed full employment, full protection and high economic growth, adequate minimum wage, farm income parity, guaranteed incomes for all unable to work. So they weren't putting no shade on somebody. Some people can't work. Now, some people can work and don't. We can deal with that. But some people can't work. A decent home for every American family, modern health services for all, full educational opportunities for all, updated social programs and updated Social Security and welfare programs, and lastly, equitable tax and money policy. In other words, tax the wealthiest.
All right, we have more with Senator Nina Turner when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Senator Nina Turner. What do you think that's going on when you hear Joe Biden saying we're cutting off Russia as far as oil and everything that's going on with Russia and Ukraine? What are your opinion on everything?
Yeah, Putin is wrong all day long. It's egregious what he's doing. You're just going to walk up in somebody else's nation and say, hey, I'm taking you over.
want that.
Yeah, that's mine. That was always
Sound
mine.
like colonization to me.
Yeah, it is.
That sound like Europeans to me.
I mean, so it's wrong what he's doing, and we do have to be in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. We got to put the pressure on Putin. That is one of the ways to do it. And it's a global effort to do just that. But it also reminds us that we have an over-reliance on oil as well. And so maybe seeing some promise in this problem, which is a humanitarian problem.
Correct.
One of the things we can do in this country is decrease our reliance on oil.
Let me ask you this, because I have heard a lot of people say, well, why are we getting involved in this? We have all these problems here in the United States. We have money to send to Ukraine for weapons and to help them, but why aren't we doing that here at home? So how do you respond to something like that?
We need to do both. Both two things can be true at once. We do need to settle the debt that we owe here domestically by lifting people and giving them things that they can feel and changing their material conditions. And at the same time, we do need to lock arm in arm with the Ukrainian people but by the grace of God, that could be us. And I don't want the world to turn its back on Ukraine just because we have domestic challenges. We can do both of those things, and both of those things should be called out. And while we're talking about Ukraine, let's make sure that we show the same love and empathy and sympathy for people from black and brown nations across this world, because I am terribly disturbed by some of the reports coming out of how our African sisters and brothers are being treated. It doesn't matter if they're from the continent of Africa or they're in the Middle East, Europe, or Asia. If somebody is in need, the world should come to their rescue, especially when you have something on the magnitude of somebody just marching up into somebody else's nation trying to take it over. We got to admit that too, because what happens to black and brown people, we're not treated the same way.
I saw Joy-Ann Reid, and I don't want to misquote what she said, but I saw she said something that people were upset about. The reason that people feel so much sympathy for Ukraine is because they're white and Christian. It was something like that.
Yeah, I think she did say that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts about that? Because, I have been seeing all the videos of black people and people from Africa, people from India, all kinds of people stuck in Ukraine, and they've been, trying to get out, and they're not allowing them to get out. They don't want them to come into Poland. And then we see things happening all over the world, but for some reason, this is definitely wrong, but this is something that is so much on the radar.
The Eurocentric worldview that has really poisoned society is real. And some people don't have the heart to admit that. Again, two things can be true at the same time. I agree with what Joy Reid had to say. That is true. And people don't want to face that truth, so they get mad at the person that's telling the truth. That is a truism. We got the receipts for it. She's not making that up. At the same time, that does not mean that we should not be there to support the Ukrainian people, who this man declared war. It was he wanted to take their land, and they are suffering. At the same time, we need the powers of the world to recognize that indeed they do treat black and brown people differently. Our lives don't matter. You made me think about the Black Lives Matter movement. Our lives matter too. So the Ukrainian lives matter. So do those of African descent. Those from India, Asia, all of the continents, their lives matter too. And if they're being treated differently, we got to say something about it. Those people should be just as upset as Joy Reid is, or I am, or others who care about humanity. If it's about humanity, then don't worry about their phenotype. They're human beings, and there is only one race. Race, as we know it today, is a social contract. It is a bullshitting ass social contract. And we need to call it what it is and fix it. If we are sisters and brothers and family and friends, and I'm in need and I'm struggling, why are you going to look at me and say, you black, so you can't come? So Ukrainians should be upset about this, and I know some of them are. People in Poland should be upset if somebody being denied entry into their country when you got war going on, if they being denied because of their color, because of their religion, because of their sexual orientation, any of those identifiers that some people use as a rationale to hurt other people is wrong. So there should be global outrage if Africans are being denied entry
I
into
agree.
any country.
I read an article yesterday in the New York Times, and it was It's basically saying that a lot of people don't want America to be the world's police anymore.
Oh, okay.
So how do you feel? How do you feel about that moving forward? Like, how involved should America be getting in issues like this?
Something of this magnitude, when you got war going on, we should get involved. And no, we can't police the entire world. We need to deal with, back to Angela's point, we need to deal with some of the challenges we have here. But you can't have something of this magnitude. I think thinking about it outside of this war, then we can have a different conversation. But when you have something of this magnitude, we got to get involved. We just have to. That's how I feel about it. But we got to take care of home, and we haven't been taking care of home. Gas prices are going up. That means that food prices are going up. Everything is going up. People are suffering. There's some people who can't afford this, right? The supply demand, everything. It's a domino effect.
People can't get cars right now. Imagine if you need a car to get to work or to, you can't.
But that's why poor people don't. A lot of poor people here in the United States, they don't want to hear about these geopolitical issues. It's very hard for them to watch Joe Biden say we're sending $10 billion to Ukraine, but basically begging for the Build Back Better plan to happen.
We got enough money to do both. We are a hegemon nation, and that's all we are saying, or at least that's what I'm saying right now. I think we all are saying that. Don't neglect home. Charity starts at home and spreads abroad. So you do have to show that charity and that love here at home before you can spread it abroad. But again, war, because I don't want nobody misinterpreting what I'm saying. When people are in war-torn countries, we have to help them. But we have so much money, we can actually do both. I was at the New School, and I had the opportunity to participate and do a lecture with some extraordinary women on International Women's Day. And there's an institute there ran by Dr. Derek Hamilton that Breakfast Club.
Brilliant.
Are you brilliant?
Oh, that's my guy.
The Institute on Race, Power, and Political Economy. He put it all up in the name, baby. And those are the kinds of things that are being studied there, that there's a class and a caste component, and we can't neglect either. Some people only want to talk about class without talking about caste. When I talk about caste, I'm talking about race. Both of those things must be done at the same time. And I love how the word power is in the name, because this is what this is about. Who has the power and how they wield the power, and for whom do they wield the power for? We need more conscious-minded people wielding the power on behalf of the people in this country, so we can increase the minimum wage, we can cancel student debt, we can have universal health care, and we can help our sisters and brothers and family and friends in Ukraine. We can do it all.
I see people also saying, and I want to get your take on this, that if Donald Trump was in office, none of this would be happening.
Well, hell, we can't go. Listen, we don't know. He had a bromance with Putin, I'll say that. And that's wrong, because what Putin, and he also said that he didn't really mind, I'm paraphrasing his exact words, but he's showing Putin love even in this egregious moment.
Right,
Putin is wrong.
Wonderful.
And he wanted to take America out in there.
Yeah, Putin is wrong. Trump is wrong on this. He's wrong on most of the things that I care about, but he's definitely wrong on this. We can't predict whether or not this would happen.
Right.
What I do know, based on his past behavior, he would be stroking Putin's ego instead of standing up to Putin saying your invasion of Ukraine is wrong, and we and the rest of the world is not going to stand for it. So I don't know. People just talking that nonsense. It's easy to say that.
All right, we have more with Senator Nina Turner when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Senator Nina Turner. If you had to give a grade, what would you give as a grade for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? What would their grade be and why?
Well, I want to give the grade that the people would give right now, which is we don't have minimum wage increase. The child tax credit has expired. People are suffering. Their money is not going as far as it could go.
George Floyd Policing Act didn't happen. Voting rights isn't happening.
That's it.
Better hasn't.
The polls have already graded. We see where
what have we gotten?
The American people. I think early on we did get a type of relief from the early part of the COVID when that administration when they took office. They did do some of those things that they said they were going to do. That's why the child tax credit is so important. That's why we shouldn't let it expire. People did get those checks, even though it wasn't the whole $2,000 like it should have been, but they did get that. So some of those things early on does show that poverty is a policy choice, that if we could have the child tax credit, then we can have it and make it permanent. That if we can, as a nation, say we're going to get shots in arms for free, that we're going to have a social contract, because nothing is free. But as a social contract, we're going to use tax dollars and make the shots free. then we can scale that up and do a whole lot of other things in that way. So they do have examples of things that they have done that they can expand and do it better and do it stronger. So my grade, DJ, would be based on how the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class are feeling right now. And they're already speaking out through
about
the
a
polling.
CD.
Hey.
I think an F.
You all the way F?
D minus.
I want to let the American people speak on that. I will say that more can be done. Yeah. I'm around that DF. But you know what? As a professor, I would go to my students right before the grade, and I would say, look at here. This is what you got right now.
Do they get a curve?
Right? No curve.
No
but
curve.
This is what you got right now. But this doesn't have to be what you have when the class ends.
Well, you know, and another
you
thing that happens too, though, is that people talk about, and I know you guys have said it on this show, that the Democrats are not good at boosting up and messaging things that have been done. That's why I was asking that, because we were talking earlier about the HBCU money and grants that people have received. The diversity, you know, it's more diverse than it was previously as far as the cabinet, and there's still a way to go. But, you know, that's why I was asking those things, because I want to know what you feel like has been positive. We had the infrastructure bill that, even though that was nowhere near everything that we needed for Build Back Better.
Yeah, the infrastructure bill is separate from Build Back Better.
Yeah, they have to make it.
So, no, they didn't have to do that. They oh, Lord.
To get anything, because I feel like to get anything passed, like I was reading Obama's book, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how hard it was for him to get anything done at all. But, you know, it was a Republican Congress when he was there. And it feels kind of like...
When we first got there, the Democrats had full control. Let's not forget that. President Obama had 2 years of Democrats control everything. And see, there are building points, and I think that's another reason why people are so frustrated, because when Democrats do have the power, they don't necessarily leverage it with the same fierceness that the Republicans do.
But like, we'll
towards the
take this
negative.
out. We'll compromise.
Yeah,
we'll
forget
take this
that.
out.
At a certain point, we can't, especially in the face of a pandemic. So yes, has this administration done some good things? I just enumerated some, so did you. Do I support the infrastructure bill? Yeah, but not without Build Back Better, because there's physical infrastructure and there's human infrastructure, and they sacrifice the human infrastructure. What does it matter to Big Mama to have a paved road when she can't pay her mortgage?
Yes.
That's right.
What the hell? What does it mean to Big Daddy if his job, the money that he's making, doesn't allow him to be able to support his family because inflation is so high, his dollar or her dollar is not going as far as it could or should.
So how does this get done? Because that's my question, right? Because Biden acts like his hands are tied and it's not on him. But how does it get done? Is it an executive order, but then that's temporary? Like, how does it happen?
Okay, use it, baby. Use the executive order. The president is powerful. He can cancel student debt right now via executive order, even if it's only 10,000. Because he said 10,000.
Right.
We got the receipts.
He said it.
He said 10,000.
Right.
You got some senators, even Senator Chuck Schumer, for example, said cancel 50,000. And then you got people like me or Senator Sanders saying
cancel it all.
Cancel it all. Okay, so we got a lot to choose from.
Do something.
If the president even canceled $10,000, do you know what that would do for 45 million people in this country and the disposable income that they would have, then to pour back into the economy, because now they have the income to do so? You think those people ain't gonna go vote?
And it's something you can check off.
Yeah,
the campaign promise you can check off.
Because it's just frustrating for me because I'm trying to figure out, why can't you just do it? Like, I feel like certain people and it feels like he's just so cautious and tries to say, well, I can't because if it happens like this, and then I'm, as a person that, you know, obviously this is not my field, but I'm watching and I'm like, well, how can this happen? Like, what are your options to make it happen?
Yeah, it's definitely executive order, but it's also the carrot and the stick. Look what Lyndon Baines Johnson was able to do.
Yeah, and
with
he had a lot of the
flaming
same
race. I mean, he
issues.
had a lot more. Some of these people are racist undercover. Don't get me wrong, but in his, in the '60s, they was all out in the open with their stuff. But he still was able to get the Civil Rights Act passed,
Right.
and the Voting Rights Act passed, with all of that cultural pressure that was right there in his face, especially with the Southern Democrats.
So is that going to different, like, say, Republicans and bartering with them? Like, okay, you want to get this done, so if you get on board with this, then I can help make sure this like, how does that work?
Sometimes you do that. The carrot and the stick does work, but when, I think it was Dr. Maya Angelou who said, when somebody shows you who they are, you got to believe them.
That's right, because Republicans say no to everything.
Yeah, he's already done that. Like, that
He
is
tried
President Biden's makeup.
That's
and
right.
I don't begrudge him for that, because he served with most of these people who are still there. He served with them, so he has a certain kind of way that he wants to do things and handle it.
Right.
That's okay.
He tries to be
I think
above
that's
it and
fine.
barter with people, and he feels like he can negotiate to make it
However,
happen.
though, there
Not
comes
working.
a point when they done made it very clear they don't want to negotiate
not
with
working.
you.
That's right.
So now, forget the carrot. I got to bring out the stick.
That's right.
And so first he got to get his own Democrats in line. We got to straighten Sinema and Manchin out on certain issues. I'm not saying that members of the Congress have to do every single thing. They duly elected too. I served in the legislature. I'm duly elected. The governor, when he was a Democrat, you can't tell me what to do. Now you can ask me. You know, you can and help me see your vision and your way, and I help you accomplish that. But he got two at least out in the open. There are other people hiding behind those two. I can guarantee you that they are. But the two that we know of, he got to hem them up. Now, he done invited them to the White House. They done went to Delaware. At least one of them did. Damn it, there comes a time when you got to say, I'm not playing with you no more. So
Right.
this is what I'm going to do. Because, see, I done sent you flowers. I done gave you candy. You done been at the White House. No, this is what we going to do. We're going to hold a press conference. And either you're going to be by my side, the same thing that he could do to hem up these Republicans and go to their states, too, because there are poor people in red states.
Yeah, right.
Poor people everywhere. Blue states, red states, purple states, no color states. They poor and working class people. Either you gonna stand by my side at this press conference or I'm coming for you. And that's just it. Because what else are they gonna do? They already showing that they absolutely do not give a damn.
Right.
West Virginia is one of the poorest states in the nation. Manchin had the nerve to talk about the child tax credit being expanded and other things that they wanted to help to lift the material conditions of people. And then he talking about they going to use the money for something else. It ain't none of your business how they use their tax dollars. How dare you intimate that poorer people somehow will not be responsible and meet the needs of their families. That's a classist thing to say and do. And you got people like Manchin doing that. So the carrot is fine, but baby, you got to work the stick too. And I think if people see Democrats fighting like hell for them, even if they don't accomplish it, to your point, what they gonna say is that, you know what, they tried.
Right.
They worked like hell to
They
get
went
this
hard.
for us. They went hard in the paint. They went ham on these fools.
Listen, I need y'all to go donate to Senator Nina Turner's campaign. I don't care if you live in Ohio or not. What's the website?
NinaTurner.com, please. Time, talent, and treasure. We need you. In the immortal words of Fred Hampton, power to the people.
I'm going to donate right now. I don't know why I just don't set up the monthly thing and let them do it.
You've been supportive of me. You really have, and I'm really happy that the club, I feel very much a part of this family. I love you guys and all the great work that you do. And you tell a certain type of truth always that make people feel uncomfortable, and that's what we need. We need more people to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. We can't find no peace.
I have no idea why Ohio keeps getting this wrong.
I don't know why
Senator Nina Turner.
and always the best candidate doesn't always win. Now I am saying that. And vote. I mean, I'm a servant of the people. So no matter what happens in this race, I'm gonna keep being the hell-raising humanitarian that I am. I'm gonna keep standing up for the needs of the people who have the least. That is my mission. I think that's why God put me here on this earth. So I'm gonna keep raising hell for good.
We appreciate you.
That's right.
Yeah,
and make sure you
love
subscribe
you
to the Hello Somebody podcast
on the Black Effect Podcast Network, baby.
There we go.
It's Nina Turner. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Dropping the clues bomb for Senator Nina Turner, man. One of my leaders. Okay, hear her talk, you get motivated, you get fired up, you want to do something. Salute to her. Make sure you subscribe to the Hello Somebody podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network in Ohio. Go out there and support Senator Nina Turner as she runs for Congress, man.
All right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Jesus and Mero.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Jesus and Mero, their new show, not new show, their show is back. The season opener was yesterday, so these episodes are going to drop every Thursday on Showtime, of course. And Denzel Washington was on their first episode of the new season.
Ooh, the brand is strong.
And guests this season include Mark Wahlberg, Tom Holland, Pusha T, and Damson Idris.
Dropping the clues bombs for Jesus and Mero. My guys on their fourth season at Showtime had Denzel on this season opener. The brand is strong.
That's big, dope. Shout out to them.
All right, and Charlamagne is returning for season 2 of Emerging Hollywood with The Hollywood Reporter. You want to give us some insight, Charlamagne?
Well, if you've ever been in like the airport or in cabs and you see me having one-on-one conversations with people, like Killer Mike, Who else did we have on the first season? I can't remember right now. Trevor Noah, like that's what Emerging Hollywood is with the Hollywood Reporter. So we start season 2. The first one is available now on the Hollywood Reporter YouTube with my man Chris Redis from Saturday Night Live.
Well, congrats to you for that.
Oh, I just be working.
All right, and
don't work too hard.
I work hard.
Not too hard.
All right, a documentary on Brooklyn rap legend AZ is coming out. Y'all excited for this? I mean, I feel like we've never really known AZ's whole story. So the trailer is now available. And a lot of people are on there. Nas is on there. 50 Cent is on there. You guys remember him from the classic verse on Life's a Bitch?
Please say that's the name of the documentary.
No.
Oh.
For the longest
It's
time,
called-
I thought AZ was from Harlem.
Yeah, calm down.
For a long time, I did.
He's from Brooklyn.
I know.
Calm down. It's called Jewels, Gems, and Treasures.
Jewels, Gems, and Treasures. Okay. Dropping the
Yes.
clues bombs for AZ to visualize.
So it's going to chronicle his upbringing in Brooklyn, his rise to fame alongside Nas, the success of Do or Die, and The Firm, and the release of his long-awaited Do or Die 2 that came out last year.
You said Life's a Bitch. His biggest record was Sugar Hill.
Yeah, but people know him first from that, right? Wasn't that before Sugar Hill?
Yes.
Life's a Bitch. So that was his introduction. That was like a classic verse. So that was like really how he got well known. And then, of course, his album came out after that. All right. So The Real, according to the Jasmine Brands exclusive, is going to be canceled. It's been on for 8 seasons, and according to reports, it is going to be ending soon. So there's no specific reason for the cancellation that has been confirmed. It's all speculation right now. Some people are saying that ratings played a part in its end, but I'm sure at some point we'll find out.
That's a great run, though, man. 8 seasons. Dropping the clues bombs for the ladies of The Real. 8 seasons of a talk show, whether it's daytime, late night, whatever it is. That's a great run.
It's a great run. Congratulations to those ladies. But
That's right.
Absolutely.
What's going on TV? You got The Real. You got Nick Cannon.
Well, let's get to that
You
now.
got a lot of new stuff coming.
Nick Cannon, after 6 months, his show was canceled. And I was actually on with him yesterday. That was the last live recording for his show. So I was there to be a witness for that. And here's what he had to say.
This is show business, right? And we know the biggest word in that is business. And this is a business. And as a businessman, I know that as much fun as we have on the show, business is the thing that makes this whole thing tick and operate. But my business mind I want to expand and elevate in a way. So I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still do this. We ain't going nowhere. But it's about broadening my audience.
Right.
And really tapping into my audience in a big way. And what this has shown me over the last 6 months, yo, together you guys have really become my family. And this is the best working crew.
Hey, Nick. No, I thought this show was really good. I mean, I think.
Why did you say that?
That's how.
Why you say hey Nick like somebody like you Nick
That's
grandma?
what he says on the
That's
show.
what it shows.
Yeah.
On the show. Hey,
I didn't know
Nick.
that.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You've been on the show a couple times.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, hey, Nick.
He said, why did you say that?
He sounded like somebody's grandma. Hey Nick,
No, but that's how it was.
Hey,
Baby, you eating? But I thought the show was really good. I think he did an excellent job. As
It was
being a
very
host.
positive.
Very positive.
And very uplifting. And he was very, I think, open on that show, very vulnerable. The thing about Nick is you can ask him and talk about anything, and he's always like a super nice, chill person.
Nick is a great dude. I don't think he's getting a fair chance because 6 months isn't long enough to see if something works.
From my
or not.
understanding, they're going to be doing something else. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but, I'm not sure.
You got to give him at least a year, man. I know he's on every day, but still, you got to give him at least a year. And you got to look at the circumstances. He didn't have a good lead-in. It was supposed to be Wendy Williams' show, but it was Wendy Williams reruns. He's coming on after reruns. Like, you got to give him I think he should have got a better shot.
Right. Well, he's still got, Wildin' Out has been his most successful thing to date that he's got. He just opened up a Wildin' Out restaurant in San Diego like a couple of weeks ago.
I just want Nick to stay as busy as possible, which he already is. And I like the daytime thing for him because it kept him out the studio. And it kept him from making music.
man.
And that's the most important.
Yeah, he got an album that actually drops today, though.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Exactly.
He does have an album coming out, Raw and B. All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All
I
right.
support Nick Cannon and everything he does except for his music.
Stop it. Shout to Nick Cannon.
Everything he does except for his music. I love that brother.
Well, who you giving your donkey to?
4 after the hour, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. We need a couple of these YouTubers to come to the front of the congregation. They go by the name Saucy and Honey. Please, Saucy and Honey, don't get excited about this. We'll discuss 4 after the hour. This is a teachable moment, I hope.
Are we going to play a game?
No, we're not playing a game because this game is too confusing.
All right. We'll get into that next. I want to play a
It's
game.
not as easy as you think.
Really?
No, it's not.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch. Hee-haw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy, I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey. That don't.
Donkey of the day, right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Friday, March 11th goes to two YouTubers named Shansea and Honey. Real names Johnson LaRose and Charlotte Fisher. Now let the record show I respect YouTubers, okay? It's 2022. All YouTubers are doing is using what they got to get what they want. Okay, what they got is technology that I didn't grow up on, okay? What they want, I don't know exactly. But if I had to guess, I would say attention. Attention for what is what I'm not clear on. Is it money? Is it to do a public service? Is it simply because you want to make people laugh? Do you want to be in the media, but the old traditional avenues to break in have too much red tape? Hey, I feel you. I wouldn't be fighting to get on nobody's radio station or on nobody's TV if YouTube existed when I came up, okay? I can get paid to use this platform and to talk. Why not? Okay, I mean, YouTube is like anything else. It's a gamble, right? Some people put in work on YouTube and get one thing out of it. Some people put work in on YouTube and get another thing out of it. Some folks become stars and make good money off YouTube. Some people don't. It is what it is, okay? I don't knock any of it, okay? Until y'all start doing criminal activities. Okay, when y'all start doing things that are harming you or others, now I gotta be the judgmental OG, and that is the case today with Sauce and Honey. I don't know who told people all attention is good attention, or there is no such thing as bad publicity. That's not true, because right now I'm giving them Donkey of the Day. Hey, some people might be excited to hear their name on the Breakfast Club. Some people might be excited to receive the biggest hee-haw, but the reality is, what are you being mentioned for? That matters. Okay, if you're being mentioned because you're facing 7 years in prison, that's not a good thing. And that's what I'm trying to relay this morning, okay? YouTube ain't dying for you. All right, that attention you're getting from YouTube ain't gonna do your time for you. And all those folks you're trying to impress via YouTube by doing anything don't love you. All right, in fact, they're gonna be on YouTube talking bad about you, calling you stupid. When the reality is they are the audience that probably encourage you to do the dumb to begin with, okay? You are currently facing 7 years for what? I know what you're saying right now. What are you saying, Uncle Charlotte? Nobody can convince someone to do anything criminal. Yes, they can, because that's the thing about shock value. Trust me, as someone who, gets called a shock jock and got caught up in the performance of it all, I know there's no value in shocking. When you do one thing that's considered shocking, now the next stunt has to be even more shocking, and the next one has to be even more shocking than that, and so on and so on. And I can only assume that's what happened with Shansea and Honey, and this latest stunt has them facing 7 years in prison. Let's go to Fox 29 Philly to hear what they did, please.
2 weeks ago, police say they got a call for an alarm at 3 a.m. at the Exton Target off Route 100. Officers searched the building and didn't find anything. But the next day, police say Target employees found this surveillance video showing 25-year-old Johnson LaRose and 24-year-old Charlotte Fisher wandering around the store for hours after they closed with phones out. They don't take anything. Turns out Johnson and Fisher are also Shansea and Honey, police say, and the couple documented the whole thing on YouTube for their roughly 17,000 followers, calling it the 24-hour overnight challenge in Target, building a fort.
Guys, it is 11:29.
And despite telling followers they stayed all night, police say they left through an emergency exit at 3 a.m., setting off the alarm, and came back at 8 a.m. the next day. Regardless, police say it involved their resources and could have ended badly.
Shansea and Honey. Johnson and Charlotte. Why? I love Target too, okay? I used to wear Mossimo t-shirts, and now they're Goodfellas t-shirts. Okay, I wear Goodfellas t-shirts all the time. I go to Target for those all the time. But why would I want to spend the night? 24-hour overnight challenge? What is that? Why? Let's listen to what Johnson and Charlotte said, please.
Can you talk about the Target situation?
The what?
The Target sleepover? The Target sleepover?
Oh, man.
You don't know what I'm talking about. It's on YouTube. Now facing criminal trespassing and conspiracy charges for 1,600 views as of Wednesday afternoon, Shansea and Honey told me there won't be any more retail overnighters in PA, and then asked me to subscribe to their channel before leaving in a Tesla.
Lord.
You're charged.
I mean, no regrets, just
Lord.
living life and having fun. It's kind of sad that all this came out of it, but we were expecting a fine, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy
but
like this.
They're 25 and 24 years old, by the way. Let me get this straight. Y'all have 17,800 subscribers. Okay, so let's just say you have influence over them. All right. The way you choose to use your influence is by asking your followers to commit a crime. Let's be clear. That's what this challenge is. It's a crime. That's why you both are facing third-degree criminal trespassing charges. And I listened to Charlotte say she has no regrets, just living life and having fun. When I was young, I used to love to walk around the holy grounds of Walmart, drop on the clues bombs of Walmart. Okay, I grew up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. The population was 7,000 people. There wasn't anything else to do except walk around the 24-hour Walmart. Okay, so I understand that idea of fun. Okay, so I can only imagine in Chester County and Pennsylvania, that's the same way. But why would I ever want to spend the night? And what's the point of telling your followers you staying the night in Target and not even staying? Okay, then you walked out a door at 3 a.m. that had an alarm system on it, and then you came back to the scene of the crime at 8 a.m. just to front for a bunch of people on YouTube who not going to help you pay your bail, who not showing up to court with you, who not helping you pay your lawyer, and if you get prison time, damn sure not doing your bid for you. So what's the point? And the fact that Charlotte said, that all of this came out of it, we were expecting a fine, nothing crazy. Let me tell you something. There is something about this generation, and it's not an age thing. It's not an age thing. It's just something about this viral validation society we live in that gives folks a sense of entitlement, such a sense of entitlement that they think they can do whatever they want and then choose what the consequences should be. That's not how any of this works. Okay? You can't do a stunt like this, commit a crime, and then when you get locked up and you face 7 years, you say, well, we were just expecting a fine. Why would you just be expecting a fine? I respect it more when you know all the consequences you are facing and say F it anyway. I don't know, man. I'm old. Okay? I'll be 44 this year. I don't get this generation. The only thing I can tell any of y'all is seek respect, not attention. It lasts longer. Please give Saucy and Honey real names. Let me get their real names. Real names, Johnson LaRose and Charlotte Fisher, the biggest hee-haw. I don't get it.
You don't want to play a game?
No, I don't know what game to play. I'm just going to show you. Okay? One is black and the other is a little miscellaneous. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I can't tell. What is? Yeah, what do you see?
I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
No, he's black.
No, he's definitely black.
No,
you said you don't know what he is. He's
that's
black.
Woman,
he's black.
Oh, that's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I wrong for that? I didn't.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I know that's a woman. I just don't know. I don't know what her race is. I have no idea.
Just ruined my game. All right. Well, thank you for that dog here today.
Yes, please. Seriously, youngins. Seek respect, not attention. It lasts longer.
All right. When we come back, Shansea will be joining us. Shansea is Freaky Friday.
And her album Alpha is out today. And if y'all know Shansea, you know she did that song and video with Meg Thee Stallion called Lick.
Wine your butty. Wine your butty.
And she also sent me a vibrator. It's right here.
Yeah, say it again. If you go ahead.
No,
wine your booty. Wine your booty. Wine your booty.
Nobody said booty.
That's what she said.
Wine your body. Now let me ask you a question, Yee. If a man came and gave you a vibrator,
man, what does that matter?
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
That's not what happened.
Weird. It's not
a woman gave him no vibrator.
I mean, it's a gift.
That's not even what happened. Why? What does that got to do with
I'm just asking the question. Are your name Angela?
There's a time and place for double standards. Now isn't one. Who cares?
And also, me and Shansea have met before. She's done lip service. We've had some spicy conversations.
That's what I'm asking. You just feel comfortable. Somebody comes and drops off a vibrator. I'm just curious. That's all.
You curious about the vibrator?
You see, I hate you, man.
Regift it.
I think he wants one.
Regift.
You know
Regift.
what? You want to hear somebody else also
Nope.
sent me a rose. Have you guys seen the rose on Instagram?
I have.
Why you look like you're sitting on one now?
I have. Look at those smiling. Okay. All right.
A lot of people talking about the rose.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
What's up? It's the Breakfast Club, and y'all know this is exciting for me because normally I'm surrounded by guys all day, but today I have an alpha in here for Freaky Fridays. My girl Shansea.
Shansea, what's up?
Shansea, you have an album out today. It is called Alpha. This is your first time on the Breakfast Club. The guys were a little intimidated.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, they always get intimidated by alpha females.
You know what? I think part of it is also like, You know, some of your lyrics, like you say you love Big D, and these guys are very insecure about, so they're like, I don't even know if we could be in the room.
Oh my God.
But
oh
it's
my
not
God.
enough.
Well, they made the right choice not being here.
But it's like, because we're taking over. It is Freaky Friday, so I want to talk about a lot of things. You know, obviously your album, Alpha, is out. We're so excited. This is your debut album.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel?
It feels like I've been waiting for this for a very long time. As you know, I've been working on this album for quite some years.
Mm-hmm.
So for it to be finally here now, it's like nerve-wracking. I'm anxious and excited, everything in one.
How did you know the timing was right?
Because it's about to be released. Like, it's released. So it's like, what other time than now? And then now it's my first time coming on Breakfast Club. And a lot has been happening for me since the past year.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if it was before that, then I wouldn't get the full impact like what I'm getting now to build up for my debut album.
I know a lot about you, but let's introduce you to some people who may not know as much, you know, about how you even got into... Don't get nervous because you gave me a vibrator.
Oh my God.
Talk about that in a minute.
Just had to.
But let's talk about how you even got started in the music business, because I think that's an interesting story.
Yeah, well, I was once a promo girl before. Accountant and assistant manager first, and then I went on to, you know, being a promo girl after the birth of my son. And then I was working with Ramesh, who is now my manager, who was my boss at the time. I was doing like covers and just doing ciphers, broadcasting them throughout my social media, and being the fact that he was my boss at the time, he was in my contact list. And so he got my videos too. And then he pulled me aside one day and be like, yo, you got talent. I see something in you. We should definitely work together more than from boss to promo girl and more like a manager to artist. And I was like, you know, actually I've been working with him for quite some time. And I was like, I love his energy. He treats people around him like family. You know, he's respectful. He gets the work done. So I was like, I have no doubts. And to be honest, I didn't even know him as somebody who can manage anybody at all, because he wasn't doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was literally just like a chance of me believing in him while he believes in me.
That's good, because I also feel like trust is important when it comes to management.
Oh,
sometimes you think you need like a huge manager to take you to the next level, but other times it's good to have somebody that's focused just on you.
Yeah. A boutique management company too is like, it's like really cool to know that, yo, when you get attention, that's when your career literally flourishes, because you can be with the biggest people in the game and it's like you get no attention. So it's like nobody's focusing on you to take your career to the next level. So I rather to go for the underdogs, to be honest. That's me.
So what was the plan for you guys initially when you're like, okay, he said he sees the potential in you.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that you could be a huge artist. So what did you guys sit down and say, okay, did you come up with a marketing plan? Like, what was the strategy?
Marketing where? Girl, we don't know nothing. We just go with the flow and just going with God. Because when I met him, when we started the journey, I recorded my first ever single in life with him. Like, that's the first song I've ever recorded, Jiggle Jiggle.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I only wrote like 3 or 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
So to show you, like, my career has moved so fast, but I kept up with it. Because I had to be writing day and night also to keep up with the pace of how fast it was going. So it was like a lot of pressure, but I pulled through, and I'm happy that I'm here today. I endured it. And even up until now, it has molded me to just get used to working hard. So now it's like always still on the go.
Now, being a really pretty girl in the business, how is it for you when you want to work with people? Does it make it sometimes like guys trying to holler at you? Does it sometimes make people not take you as seriously as they should?
Actually, it's a bit of both. For me, when I step into a room, I make it known, like with my presence and my whole aura, that, yo, I'm here to work. You feel me? So I don't really get that type of vibe when we're actually in the room. Maybe off,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, but even then, I still don't pay any mind because it's not my focus. You feel me? I just want to work. Just want to work with other artists and maximize my full potential. And I don't want anybody trying to use pretty privilege to try to put me in that type of category that, oh, because I'm pretty that people work with me. Because no, my looks can't sing. My looks can't write my songs. You feel me? So I make that known when I'm linking up with other artists. So I receive a lot of respect from males in the industry, to be honest. There's
good.
nobody that really passed their place with me where I have to say, yo, I don't mess with this person because he's disrespectful. No.
Now, part of what comes with more attention is more people even trying to come at you.
Yeah.
and talk crazy online. How do you handle that? Like, is it ever stressful for you?
Nah, stressful? No, definitely not. Because I've never received that in person. Ever.
Right. People would talk all crazy online.
Yeah,
and then-
always crazy online, but I've never received that in person.
All right, so let's go through some of these rumors. Let's do it.
She couldn't wait to get to that. I'm just saying, young.
All right, you were Drake. There was a rumor that you were dating Drake. Where
That's
did that
a
come
lie.
from?
Like, listen, me and Drake, we never even kissed, much less for him to even get me pregnant.
Right. I saw that. I was like, because that was after we met you on Lip Service, and I was like, Shansea is pregnant by Drake. I saw
Not
it.
even. Girl, you know the weirdest thing is I saw the article online and I sent it to one of my managers and I was like, can people really just lie on me like this? Like everything in that article, and it came to my attention that everything that person wrote about me is a lie. Like telling people that I don't work for promoters, I don't do shows with promoters now, I only do my own shows. Like it's just ridiculous stuff, man. I was like, yo, you going to hell.
So do you know that person? Like,
I don't know the person. So I hit my legal team and be like, yo, how can we get this down? That was before it even blew up. I saw it because someone sent it to me. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And they were like, no, people really can't just do that. And I was like, that's unfair.
Yeah, they could just lie and say
No,
anything.
that's very unfair because it's like none of this is true. And people put this out. And then on top of it, I was grieving because my mom died and it was my mom's death month. So it's like I came off social media for the whole month. And to know that I came off social media and this is what people were saying about me, it's just like, I'm not coming on social media just to clear this shit. I'm not doing it.
I saw you also posting on Twitter about your mother passing and how you miss her all the time. How does it, like, do you still talk to her? You know how sometimes when someone's not with you anymore, but she was
No.
such a huge part of your life.
I don't. I talk to God and tell him talk to her. I feel like when somebody passes, just like, it's a mind thing when you tell yourself that, oh, they're here and, you know, they're not here to me. It's like they're gone.
You don't
and the
feel
more
any
I
presence.
No, and the more I think about it is the more I just get sad.
Right.
You know, so I don't tell myself that, oh, she's with me everywhere. Like, she might, but I'm not dwelling on that. You know, God is with me. That's what I feel for sure.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Shansea got a chance to chop it up with Angela Yee yesterday. And let's get back into that interview. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Now, when we talk about things online that you've had to address, I saw you on live talking about people were trying to say that Spice was coming at you. I don't know what Lady Saw had to say, or Minister Marion Hall.
That lick song really lick a lot of people, man.
Right. But did you anticipate that? Because I would think...
I did not.
Really?
I did not. That got out. Because even after the song dropped and like weeks passed, that was still going on. I was like, what is the matter with y'all? Like, over one song? You feel me? But it's not, I don't think that they were, well, maybe a Lady Saw, but I don't think Spice was really trying to come at me. It was more like everything else that was happening around the song.
Right.
You feel me? What started, you know, whatever else it branched off into. But no, I didn't feel no heat from her towards me.
I think it would be dope if you and Spice worked together and did something together.
I mean,
personally, I think that would be a huge statement because y'all are so huge right now for the culture.
Yeah. I mean, I reached out a couple times. You feel me? But I mean, I don't know.
No, seriously, that would go. Because you see the guys working together all the time. I could be wrong, but I feel like you don't see that as much, you know.
With what? Sorry?
I see like the guys, like I see, you know, like Shaggy, Sean Paul, like, you know, we see them working together all the time.
But I've been trying to work with female artists though.
Right.
Yeah, like I said that on my live too. I've been trying to work with female artists. The only female artist I work with is Nyla Blackman from the Caribbean, Trinidad, and Mayan from Jamaica. You feel me? It's not like I haven't tried. And even male artists that I have not collabed with yet either. You know, I've sent songs or I've hit up like, yo, let's make a song. And I feel like everything is time too, you know?
Right.
So it's not anything that I'm chasing. It's just that I always try to do things for my culture that would lift my culture up. You feel me? That's what I am about.
Well, you did a lot for the women with Lit because now all these guys know what they got to do. Because, listen, it used to be a big topic that they don't do that. Now, let me ask you this. Since it is Freaky Freaky Friday and we're taking over.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say a guy is like, look, I've never done that before and I don't know how to do it right. What advice would you give him?
Well, first of all, you gotta eat it like you really want to eat it. Don't
be enthusiastic.
Yeah, don't go down on me and you just trying to please me. No, try to please yourself and then please me. Because if you don't want to do it and you just forcing it, I'm gonna feel it.
Right.
My vagina is gonna tell me, and you're just not gonna do it right. But when I hear you moaning, that's a turn off for females.
Right? You like it sloppy, like
yes.
You like my whole everything is wet like a swamp.
Yes. Don't if you hear me say I'm on the verge, do not, I repeat, do not switch up your tongue movement. You got to keep it exactly like how it was before.
I agree
and
with
while
that.
I say, like,
I always
that is
say
the
that
one.
when you change up the rhythm and it's about to happen, it's like you got to start all over again.
Yes, that's the one.
Right.
Trust me, that's the one that gets me most ignorant. Like, I feel like men really need to know that. You need to keep that in the same position. Don't go too fast. Don't go too slow. Keep the same rhythm.
Do you think we need to do that too when we go down on guys? Like we need, because I feel like sometimes I like switching.
Who told you I go down on guys?
You definitely do. I feel like you're an equal opportunity person.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love to do it, to be honest. If I'm being quite honest. But, yeah, I feel like it's pretty much the same. I think guys like sloppy too.
Right, they do. Because dry is probably terrible.
Yeah, I think I got a lot to work on when it comes on to that too. I think I'm a bit made in between.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you use your hands or no hands?
Hands and no hands.
Okay.
It depends on how I'm feeling and how he's reacting.
Now, you also had a song called Foreplay,
Mm-hmm.
which I love that song. I know it's older, but I like that song because I've always said that I feel like is underrated. Like,
it is. Like,
people don't do it
love-
as much anymore.
For me, that's a starting point.
Yes, that foreplay, because you went right into it in the beginning of the song. Like,
Yeah, you got to, because the weirdest thing is I told my team that I'm going to write a fingering song, right? And they were like, they all made their faces up at me. They're like, yo, how are you going to do that? And I said, just watch. I've never heard anybody done it before. And I sat in New York's lobby in a hotel and started writing that song without a beat.
wow. But that is my joint right there.
I love that song.
And I agree with you because I do feel like, I remember I was talking about it on lip service and people told me that I was childish.
What? Why?
They're like, because no one does that. Like,
yeah, that's to show you that you all got a lot more to learn. What? Me? You got to do that with me.
now, yeah, so you have to. You got to get it ready.
Yeah, you getting it ready. It's either lick or actually both, but either one can really start me.
What about a quickie?
I love quickies.
She's like, whatever.
I love quickies. If we're doing a quickie, you don't need to. Just
Right.
get it right on in there.
We don't have time for all
Yeah, I'm
that
already be
foreplay.
horny if it's a quickie, to be honest, because that's going to turn me on crazy.
And I appreciate you for giving me this. I was waiting for you to come up here before I use it.
You think you're going to enjoy it?
And I got this lollipop that I could lick on as well. But I know you have a lot going on because, today is the album release. Yes. So I just want to thank you so much for coming through. I'm a big supporter of yours.
I know. Thank you so much.
And I love seeing like where you started from, watching where you're going, and to tell you to keep pushing. I see like everybody paying attention to you. We all know you were on Kanye's album, 2 songs.
Yes.
We see the guest appearance you got on your album. You got 21 Savage. You got
Megan, Offset, Tyga, Sean Paul, Beanie Man.
Dancehall Royalty.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to hear this album, man.
On your album as well. And I love your versatility.
Thank you so
That
much.
you're not just in a box. And
Yeah.
so I could see you just doing absolutely anything you put your mind to.
Mhm.
And I love your work ethic and grind. So Shansea.
You hear that? Woman supporting woman.
No, listen, I love it. Like, I love to see it because I just remember first talking to you, mad cool. You still super cool.
Yeah, girl, you can expect that from me. I do not change. The same people who I've been working with 5 years ago are the same people on my team now. We just add other people to the team who also can reciprocate my energy. Like, I'm a really down-to-earth girl, and I only surround myself with such.
All right, hold this for 2 years. Let's see what happens when she comes back.
We're going to pinky promise. Look at it. We're going to pinky promise.
All right, Shansea. Alpha is out today. Make sure y'all get that.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey, can I salute no, I'm not gonna salute him over this song. Can you turn this off,
salute,
please?
no, salute. We gotta play. Keep the song up a little bit.
No,
Salute.
stop.
Who you want to salute?
I want to salute Charles D. Coleman from Detroit. He has a company called Wall Art Experience, a black-owned company from Detroit, Michigan. Drop on the clues bombs for Wall Art Experience.
What up, Doe?
Salute to you, Charles. Thank you.
This weekend is 313 Day in Detroit.
Thank you for the
313 Day,
the
March
gift.
13th.
Mm-hmm.
When the pandemic started, I was in Detroit for 313 Day, and I remember that because I didn't come back to New York right away because of it.
Well, thank you, Charles. I just want to thank Charles.
Yeah, he did a portrait for you. He did one for me too. He gave it to me at the car show. So shout to that brother.
Yeah, thank you, Charles.
All right.
And the Wall Art Experience. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. We're talking new music.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, it's Friday, so you know what that means. New music out today. So Little Durk, 7220, the album is out. You know we've been playing Difference Is featuring Summer Walker, but here is another song. This song is called Aha from Lil Durk.
That came out a couple weeks ago.
Yes, but the album just came out today.
Yeah, you got a video for that.
All right, now also out today is Lucky Day, his album Candy Drip, and here is Lucky Day featuring Little Durk, NWA. Also, Shansea's album Alpha is out today. She has 2 features with Tyga on there. Sean Paul's on the album, Megan Thee Stallion, 21 Savage, Offset, and here is her track with Beanie Man called Henko Glue.
Ain't gonna be no other. We can love you like me, no. No undercover lover. No third party, just me and you.
All right, also out today is Mooski. He has his mixtape, Melodic Therapy for the Broken, and he said this is one of his favorite songs. It's called Dream Girl. And congrats to Mooski. He does have a baby on the way, too, a son on the way named Ozzy. All right, Benny the Butcher, Time to Talk 4 is out today, and here is Benny the Butcher. This is featuring Diddy. It's called 10 More Commandments.
Up and out of sacks. It's only cool being dressed in designer. If the dollars match, 15 a good one. Listen, most people confused how we spend our money on whips and jewels. They think we fools. And from a drug dealer's view.
All right now Diddy is in Miami working on his No Way Out 2 album. Also, Cali, Toxic Chocolate is out today, as well as I'm sure y'all saw Lotto featuring 21 Savage. There's a video out now, Wheelie.
She got a BBL, her hips and her ass a little fatter. The nigga who paid was a scammer. I heard they got married in Africa.
Pop it like a willy, hop on top and I go silly. Pretty tight and sticky, walk on once he won't forget me. Wet, bust it like the blicky.
All right, so a lot of new music for you guys, because it is Friday, so it should be fun. Activities this weekend, listening to all the new music. And that is your Rumor Report. I'm Angela Yee.
All right. Also, shout out to Bun B. Bun B got a project out today. It's called Mo Trill, and he's also performing at the rodeo tonight in Houston, Texas. He sold that out. So shout to Bun B and Corey Mo. Congratulations on the project. And don't forget, out in Houston, my car show, you can pick up your tickets. It's going to be a Texas versus New York car show. I spoke to a lot of my guys out in Houston. They're bringing the fleets out, so it's going to be a lot. I'm bringing a lot of cars from New York City. It's going to be a lot of fun.
New York going to get embarrassed.
It's June 19th, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
New York is going to get embarrassed.
We're going to have a huge
Texas.
paid in full section.
Man, don't nobody care about that Saab with the VVS's.
It's not. It's BBS. It's not
whatever
VVS.
the hell. Somebody else's.
VVS's.
VVS.
Stones,
yes.
Diamonds. BBS.
Y'all going to have a bunch of luxury cars that you took off the lot.
Too. So we have some exotics too. We have a little bit of everything.
Houston puts thought. The South puts thought when they trick out their rides. Okay, that's not. It's really not even close.
Okay, we'll say June 19th. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets now. Click the link in my bio, and shout to 93.7 to be out in Houston. They presented that show, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. Shout to Trader Truth, Mr. Rogers, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, Bun B, a host of other people. We got some surprises, and we got some New York surprises too. So get your tickets. All right, let's get to the mix now. Like a couple days ago was the anniversary of Big's death. And I told you up here that, the family once told me that they don't want to celebrate that. They want to celebrate his born day. So we're going to do a mix today.
Today not his born day?
I didn't say it is the born day. Let me finish. We're going to celebrate today. I didn't want to play a Biggie mix on the day that he died, so I want to do it today. Just a general day to celebrate Biggie. What? I can't do that? What? I can't just play Biggie music?
I'm always happy to hear Biggie music.
Okay.
So you should have been happy to hear it on March 9th as well. Y'all fought me on that. But
I didn't fight you on that. I'll tell you what the
just was
family
respecting
said.
the family.
That's what they
The
said.
25th year anniversary.
But this is what they said last year and the year before, so I'm just respecting the family. But anyway, let me know your favorite Biggie joint. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Shout to Shansea and also shout to Senator Nina Turner for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to Senator Nina Turner, man. Make sure that you subscribe to the Hello Somebody podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network in Ohio. Man, please get that right in the next election for Congress, man. Senator Nina Turner is running for Congress in Ohio right now, and she's just incredible.
Absolutely. And also, shout to everybody that stopped through Talk Shop Live yesterday and pre-ordered the book. They said the pre-order numbers were great, so I just want to say thank you guys so much. Everybody who goes to Talk Shop Live, you can actually go there now. The link is in my bio, and you order a copy of the book. You get an autographed signed copy from me and the wife. And I appreciate it. They had a great conversation last night. We were on for over an hour just talking about the book, relationships, and so many people tuned in. So if you haven't pre-ordered the book, make sure you pre-order the book. The book comes out April 19th, and I can't wait for you guys to read it and check it out. All right. When we come back, we got the positive note and more, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Happy Friday.
Definitely happy Friday.
And shout out to Lizzo. I'm going to actually be interviewing her this weekend, so I'll be posting all the details of how you guys can watch as she's talking about her new show on Prime Video.
All right. And this weekend is also daylight savings time.
That's right.
So the clock goes forward.
Spring ahead, fall back.
So what that mean on Monday, how late should I be? Should I be late or early?
Early.
Because if it's really 6, it's really 7. You lose an hour
got
sleep.
All right, I'm going to broadcast from home on Monday.
Shut up, man.
Listen, salute to everybody who has been out there, supporting Finding Tamika, man. That's the first Audible project from me and Kevin Hart's SBH Productions Company, brought to you by Color Farm Media and the good sister Erica Alexander and everybody over there at Color Farm, man. It is #1 in autobiographies and memoirs. It's #1 in politics and social science. It is number 10 overall on all of Audible. That is really, really huge, man. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the story of Tamika Houston from Spartanburg, South Carolina. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And continue to do that this weekend. Why don't you?
Congrats.
Thank you.
Now you got a positive note?
I do. The positive. Oh, and I want to salute. I do that earlier. Yes. Yes. Positive note is simply this: self-awareness doesn't stop you from making mistakes. It allows you to learn from them.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?